Hey guys, how's it going? We are fresh out the fair week. It is a Sunday evening. I'm on trip 5,000, I think, back and forth from the fairground to home with endless loads of stuff. Okay, I'm exhausted. I'm done. I know everybody is. First part of the week was hot, triple digits with the heat index on Thursday and Friday. Saturday was still pretty hot, but better. Today had a nice breeze out there. It was like low 80s. So, but still, I'm done. The animals are done. Okay. People have been kind of following along on my experimentation of taking Katahdin hair sheep into the market classes at our fair. For those of you that aren't farm people, this is not going to make a lot of sense to you, and I'm sorry, and I look like hot trash, but at least I'm hot. Anyway, okay, so when I say market lamb classes, okay, they're lamb, they're baby sheep, although they don't look like babies. These are between, I think the lightest was 103 and the heaviest was like 165 pounds. Huge beasts of muscle. Okay, these are going to end up in August getting butchered for meat. They'll get auctioned off. Whoever is the highest bidder will get to do whatever they choose to do with them. Some, not all of them end up in the back of a feed wagon. Some people will buy them and roll them into their breeding herd if it's like a girl. But your boys are going to go and get eaten. That's how it is. And then the kids get the check for how much whoever the bidder is bought them for. Because it's kids, because it's 4-H, it's not crazy to sometimes get, I remember one time a steer going for, I don't know how many tens of thousands of dollars, because it's kids, and we like to do the right thing by our kids. Anyway, kids get the money. Are the kids sad that their market animals go? Yeah, kind of, but usually the first year is the roughest and it gets easier, and then once you get those nice checks back, it's even easier yet. Anyway, okay, so usually if you've been to a fair and you've seen sheep being shown or lambs, they're massive. Not tall, okay, but muscle bound, heavyweight. They literally have divisions: lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight. But they should be eating machines, exercise machines, because some people will hot walk them, treadmill them. You want bulk, you want muscle, okay? We want a heavy weight sheep, lamb, but we want muscle, not fat. So it's literally studying nutrition and finding out how hard can I push this thing before it'll get overfinished and turn fat, because you don't want that. Okay, blah. That's what we usually see, okay? These are usually Hampshires, Suffolks, crosses of the two. Those are the most common ones over the year in my part of the country anyway, what we see and still see today. We brought in something called a Katahdin sheep. This is, as far as I know, the first time in the history of our fair that a Katahdin sheep has ever been shown before. Some judges have never seen them before, heard of them before, and I know that makes a lot of breeders of Katahdins irritated. They're like, you're going to claim to be a show judge of sheep, but you don't even know what this breed is. They look completely different. Okay, they don't have wool like a normal sheep. They have hair. You don't need to shear them. They shed like a dog. They have long tails. You don't need to dock the tails. In the sheep world, what you're normally used to seeing, the tails are almost at birth. At a week old, they're banded, so they fall off, or they're surgically cut right off at the body. Don't get me started on whether you like it or not. It is what it is, and that's just the way things are. But Katahdins, you leave them long. I love that about the Katahdin. But Katahdins are slower to grow, generally speaking. They're not these muscle-bound powerhouses. Usually, they don't look like they're pumped up on steroids. Your adult rams are going to get big. I've got ewes in my pasture. Ladies are big, but they're slower to mature. You don't usually, generally speaking, pound them with grain like you do the normal crosses that you see in the show. If you pound them too hard, they're going to get fat. it's a kind of a finer dance with them, but they just don't muscle and finish out as fast or as big. And that's okay. That's per the breed standard. So why did we do the Katahdins? I love the Katahdins. That's what we breed on our farm. So for the heck of it, my daughter Jordan and I both like to go against the grain. We like to ruffle some feathers. We like to bring in new things that people have never seen before. So that's why we did it. The caveat of that is when your eye has been conditioned. I've been doing the livestock game for 35 years now. In the show rings and in the show circles, when your eye is used to seeing something familiar, that's all you see as normal. That's all you see as what is acceptable, beautiful, good, finished. And your judges are no different, okay? It is real hard to compete with these muscle-bound monsters when you're a different breed altogether. So a lot of Katahdin people will say, it's not fair to us. We just can't compete. It's not fair. Life isn't fair. And it's just going to take getting them out in the show ring and getting them in front of more and more judges, more and more of the public for them to get used to seeing us and kind of seeing what's normal for them and seeing what we do. So my daughter's, he's a wether, which means a boy that's been castrated or fixed or whatever the words are you want to use. So that is what he is, and I knew from the time that he was born that he was going to be a really nice prospect. He would have made a fine breeding ram, but my daughter knew she wanted to do market, so I said, just go ahead and take him. And yes, he's a very, very handsome boy. He's white with brown spots, which makes him stand out even more against the solid colored sheep. But he took last place in his market class, in his weight class. He made weight. He was 107 pounds. He's 5 months old. And a really nice Katahdin wether. But even the judge said, and she's kind of a younger judge, her exact words were, this is a really nice Katahdin lamb, but he just lacks the bells and whistles of the ones placed before him. So basically that means for his breed, he's nice, but he can't compete against the powerhouses that are rippled out and look like they're on steroids. I'm not saying anyone's on steroids. Calm down. I'm not accusing anybody of everything. And if anyone wonders, yes, that's a thing. They dope animals. That's why kids nowadays, they get DNA'd and can get drug tested and all this stuff, because it does happen. It's a very, very competitive thing. But, I mean, she said it perfectly. He lacks the bells and whistles that the other ones do. Meaning, he's not as the other ones. Even the other ones in his meat class, I mean, they're just... and our wether has a thick booty on him. I mean, she said what are the exact words? She said, he's really nice, but he lacks the bells and whistles that the other ones have. But she said he's got nice muscularity and a nice, I think she said thick boy. So all very good things. And I would venture to guess that if he was shown against other Katahdins, that he probably would have done pretty well. Not a last place finisher at all. Maybe not number one. His top line could use a little work. You kind of have to really fuss with how you set him up. There's like little tricks when you set him up. You can kind of make illusions of things to hide and whatever. So he probably wouldn't have been a first place finisher, but not a last place. And I would guess probably above halfway. Probably a second place, third place finisher. Nice ram, or wether. But again, hard to compete against heavyweights when you just look completely different. And again, I know it's not going to make sense to non-farm people, but those in 4-H, agriculture, livestock are going to understand when your eye has been trained forever to look for certain things or find certain traits desirable. It's hard to go against that. So, not surprised. I warned her. I said, expect to be last. She was. But she was very proud of us and our farm, and I am too. We did a great job. So don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to be a trendsetter and try new things and start new things. It will pay off. And we'll be back again next year, probably with more.